glorious people of the planet. Are you suffering from delusions of grandeur? Filling your home with shades of grey just like everybody else? Well, prepare to be inspired. I am about to take you on a celebratory frolic through the outrageous homes of proud-to-be-different homeowners.
Hey, this is the most extraordinary house.
Oh,
wow.
This is where it all started and gone completely bonkers.
They're daring with their decor.
Where do you even start with putting velvet on the ceiling?
And wild with their designs.
I've never been a conformist.
No, exactly.
You can pop a smiley face on anything.
You kind of can, can't
Yeah.
you?
So get ready to lose your interior inhibitions.
Was there a moment with any of this that you thought we might be going a little bit too far?
No.
This time we're meeting these 6 divine design revolutionaries, from an Italian paradiso and mechanical mastery to majestic medieval and a house where rainbows rule. Prepare to be outraged and fall in love just a little bit.
I sincerely hope you gain immense pleasure from your brew.
This is a shout out to any of you who woke up this morning rather grumpy that you hadn't woken up somewhere else. You're about to meet an outrageous home that's the creation of someone who didn't let the small issue of being in stains hold them back from living their best ever Venetian life. Meet Trevor. Ciao, Trevor, or as they say in Venice, ciao, Trevor.
86-year-old property developer Trevor bought this 1-acre plot in the swinging 60s. And he's spent the last 50 years turning his 30 grand investment into a £4 million Venetian dream. Gone is the original boring bungalow, and in its place, a 7,000 square foot baroque-esque ode to joy. Helping him build his vision, his son Laurie, and his girlfriend of the last 10 years, Trixie.
Lovely, fresh breeze.
And the overture to this classical architectural masterpiece at Trevor's Palazzo is the Venetian lounge.
What's behind the door? Is it another view of the Grand Canal?
Glasses for the guests.
Glasses for the guests.
Trevor's bold choice of zesty limoncello walls provides the perfect backdrop to the Tuscan marble columns and astonishing murals, allowing the life-size bronze statues to show off their weaponry.
So, Trevor, talk to me about why Venice. What's the thing that's cast its spell over you?
Well, there's nothing else like it. Up and down the lovely bridges, the steps. You've got to really be something wrong with you if you don't go, wow.
Absolutely. We can all fall in love with Venice and we can buy some souvenirs, take some selfies. But what you did was you used it to inspire you to build all of this.
I like ancient, if I can call it that, architecture. Venice is very ancient. The merchants of Venice spent much money, to some extent boasting with each other who was the wealthiest. It was measured how good your frontage was as to who you were in that kind of a society.
The reason Venice looks like Venice is because the guys were showing off.
Nobody would build like that today. It's the past.
The murals are incredible. The light and the perspective, it's like we're there. It just draws you in, doesn't it? I mean, it's so beautifully painted. It's so detailed, aren't they?
Yeah.
You weren't tempted to ask them to put some figures in? Maybe you?
No, that'd spoil it.
Do you think?
Trevor's Grand Canal murals are a tour de force of trompe l'œil, meaning trick of the eye. This clever effect gives the illusion of depth. Of course, the style works best when your tie matches the gondola mooring posts. But building Venice in stains was always going to be ambitious.
Your Venice was not built in a day, was it? It took a while.
No, it took a long while. The local authority took me to court for breaking rules, which I suppose I did. After the first 8 years, in the end, the court gets fed up seeing you.
You wore them
They wore them down. They didn't trouble to come back. I always felt that I had the support of the magistrates who loved what I was doing.
Of course they did.
But they couldn't say.
Yeah.
Perpetrating a palatial palazzo in your back garden? Perhaps the planning office were a little surprised. Especially when Trevor decided to dig deep, and I mean really deep. This ivy-clad romantic courtyard is no folly. It hides a jolly little architectural secret, a brilliantly engineered light well for another intriguing room. It doesn't feel like you're 3 meters underground, does it? Clever Trev, and he roped his son Laurie in to help with this flash grandmaster plan too.
I think this is the big innovation, the fact that the building is so much of it is subterranean.
Actually, it is capitalising out the good earth.
What's above ground is basically still a bungalow, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you bought this plot, you bought an acre. Where did the idea even come from to then go down?
Well, I've always been digging holes.
Yeah.
My father used to be horrified about holes I
In
dug.
fact, he dug down the end of the garden
Garden.
and the shed fell in the hole.
Were there moments where, you know, Trevor, Papa would say to you, I want to do this, and you go, how?
Even no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Well, there was nobody to stop me, you see.
There was no one that was brave enough to stop you, so you just carried on.
Yeah?
So, what do you call this space? What's it used for?
This is called the Abbey Room because of the vaulting.
Trying to work out whether this is a bricklayer's dream fantasy or a bricklayer's nightmare.
Both, I would have said, to be fair. It took a very long time. It was very painstaking for the brickie because he supported every single brick with a stick.
Really?
And
cane.
then overnight it drew and you could take them away.
Then dried off, they're done.
Yeah.
So how many bricks were actually used?
Thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah, we bought them at 6,000 bricks at a time.
Right. This is the thing that I'm constantly surprised by and delighted by. Is the sort of the caprice, the capriccio of it all. The way that it just sort of doesn't make sense. There's a bit of fairy tale to it. All of these little crannies and nooks and corners.
Yes.
What would you say is the accomplishment that your father's achieved here?
Stamina. It's taken 50 years. It's been a lifetime achievement, really, of what he wanted to do.
Yes.
Yes. And paying for it, which has not been cheap, I can tell you.
And is it finished?
No. It's never be finished.
Trevor's vision for a Venetian Vudatu extends its vista beyond the house to his impressive gardens. This floral oasis is surrounded by a 7-foot yellow brick wall festooned in Renaissance frescoes. Miniature bridges and manicured walkways stumble across follies and hidden hideaways. Trevor's girlfriend, Austrian Trixie, has helped make this little piece of Staines bloomin' wonderful.
It is lovely the way that there are just loads and loads of compositions. They're like little paintings that you've created. Yeah. Inside the house, there are all these different views, different rooms, but out in the garden, it's, you know, I'm seeing all these Renaissance paintings, Venetian paintings.
There are lots of things you will have only in Venice, like the wisteria, the roses as well, and also the hydrogenous, they have them.
What do you think of Trevor's masterwork, his magnum opus, this house that sort of keeps growing in all of these different directions, keeps becoming different things?
I like what he did.
Yeah.
I like it. This is his love story. This is all what's about him.
Good for Trevor, who's devoted a lifetime to building his home, going to pharaonic lengths to get the materials right, add character to the landscape, and intricate details in every single room. I am fascinated by such meticulous dedication.
Trevor, I'm sold. Everyone needs a throne room at home. These are so unbelievably comfortable. I'm beginning to get used to the idea of having a throne, Trevor.
Yeah, it'd be nice for you to have a chair like this.
I
at
think
home,
everyone
wouldn't it?
needs a chair like this, and underneath crowns like this as well. What do you use the throne room for, Trevor?
To come in and sulk sometimes.
Sulk.
To come in and laugh sometimes.
So this is a kind of a contemplation space.
Yeah, it's a think.
Yeah, think
escape.
tank.
Yeah.
And do you think better with a crown floating above your head?
I can't say I do, really.
So often with buildings of this kind of complexity, of this kind of richness in history, their builders wanted them to be kind of legacy. Do you feel you've left your mark on the landscape here?
Everything that has been done here and the detail, I've just done it as an expression that an artist might have when he paints a picture. I didn't do it for history because that would suggest I want to leave a marker.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've done anything special to have a marker.
But I think this
haven't got that kind of ego.
I mean, I would love people to look at what you've done and feel encouraged to do something. So maybe not on this scale, maybe something smaller, maybe something bigger, who knows? Architecture should have a bit of heart, a bit of soul, a bit of storytelling, perhaps even a bit of history to it.
People used to say to me, "You'll never be able to do that, Trevor." Well, that's like...
It's the worst thing to say to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'll never be able to build a palazzo in Staines.
something like that, and I do it.
And you do it. You're going to do it.
Yeah. She said to me, this magistrate lady with a big white hat, you know, she said, you must consider what the rules are. But I do like what you've done.
Yes, exactly.
But that was... Yeah?
Exactly. I'm moving in. I don't know whether you know that. The moment that Trevor built a wall around this acre of the home counties was the moment that he declared a state of independence from Staines. And over the years, this handmade, beautifully detailed architectural Shangri-La has burgeoned and flourished. But what you won't find is any modern glass boxes or poured concrete. Fidelio. I thank you.
And in the not too distant future, an outrageous homeowner who's gone wild.
Animals are my passion, so I had to have a jungle room.
And, well, there's this fabulousness too.
Salutations. You find me hip-deep in Essex, Southend to be precise, on the world's longest cast iron pleasure pier. But no amount of kiss-me-quick hats or indeed jolly-coloured gelato will seduce my next outrageous homeowner away from her passion for seeing the skull beneath the skin.
This is Jane. Wave Jane. She's a taxidermist who grew up in Southend, and for many years she was known as Tequila Jane. Can't think why. But these days it's her home keeping her busy.
For goodness sake, Jane, we've a lot to see. Come on in.
Jane's extraordinary home is a dense Gothic wonderland. From some ornate ceilings to dramatic bedrooms, with curios in the study and an attic full of surprises. But first, not your average place to watch telly.
Hey!
Welcome to the medieval hall.
This is just extraordinary. And look at these great big Gothic arches.
I know.
How long have you been here? How long has it taken to make this place?
I have lived in this house 23 years and I started from the moment I moved in.
Yeah.
So I've only recently completed it by finishing the little conservatory at the back.
Is it ever finished, though?
Yes.
Really? That's it?
It's finished.
Let's start with where do you get bits of church? Where do you get panelling? Where do you get tapestries from?
The floor, the arches, the lights, everything comes off of the auction sites and boot sales. And I do all the aging and all the finishing.
You punk it up, you make it over, you upcycle it, you do...
restore it if it needs restoring, I upcycle.
Or de-store it.
Or de-store
If it's looking,
it,
if it's looking too
age
smart.
down. Rough it up a bit.
OK, that's where, that's how. Why?
I have a passion for it. I have a drive for it.
Yeah.
I feel I may have lived before.
Do you?
In this environment.
So there's something up here that makes you feel that you used to inhabit spaces a bit like this?
It's not so much up here, it's in here.
Really?
It's in the heart. The ornateness of it all and the richness of it all is just really attracts me to it.
Coming down here, there is a strong sense of theatricality. There's a lot of glamour to a lot of what you've done. Just in things like the fabrics and the colours.
Well, I love all the richness of the fabrics and all the tapestries.
You're making Jane World, aren't you? And in Jane World, you can do some crazy stuff, like put a baroque picture frame around the television.
You're on there quite often.
Am I on there quite often?
I think I've got your brother in that frame up there. Look.
My chubbier
the
younger
laughing
brother.
Cavalier.
Yeah.
Jane's use of medieval detail is delightful. Check out the dark wood panelling and the pops of crimson and purple in the colour scheme. But, you know, for me, it's the ceiling that's the star. In grand Tudor houses, elaborate coffered ceilings like this one serve to show the owner's great wealth. Jane's clever recreation cost just a few bags of plaster.
Wow. What an extraordinary ceiling. These are all classical shapes, apart from the skulls.
The skulls, I actually found a bag of skulls at the boot sale.
Right.
As you do.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought, I'm going to use them on the ends of the plaster, whatever shapes.
These are called pendant bosses,
Pendant
technically
bosses,
speaking.
yes, pendant bosses.
Things taking a slightly darker turn, Jane. Things like the finial there. All of these pictures...
I do love macabre.
Do you?
I really do, yes. It fascinates me.
Right. You are now forewarning me that as we go up the stairs, we get darker.
We do get darker.
I think I'm man enough. Come on, let's go upstairs.
You might never leave.
Oh, really?
Prepare yourselves. Jane's first floor is an acquired taste. Boar on the bed, pig in a wig, me in a mirror. Vampire killing kit, anyone?
What's in here?
Come into the chapel bone room.
Right. Right. So we've definitely taken her on to another level, haven't we?
We have.
It's getting more and more and more and more worrying. You know, downstairs looks a little bit kind of beige comparatively, because this is just...
Yes. To get the atmosphere in this room, you needed to have all this decor and architecture and richness and colours and gold
and body parts.
And
there's a lot of body parts.
I mean, the thing is, the body parts have really come about because I love anatomical and biological.
Yeah. Where does this come from, though? As a child, were you this, or were you playing with dolls?
I hated dolls, never had dolls. I had the Mummy and Dracula and put those to bed.
Yeah. I mean, your parents, did they feel as if they'd somehow failed you, or were they encouraging in all of this?
My dad was actually going to be a doctor. So right from a child, you could say the seed was sown.
Are you flirting with the dark side, then, do you think?
It's the mystery of the dark side that interests me.
Like a cabinet of curiosities?
Well, yes.
Which was big in the Renaissance, where they would have weird stuff. You know, they'd have jars with conjoined twins in.
I haven't got conjoined twins
But you've got more or less everything else.
Yet.
Yeah, exactly. But it was actually all about exploring, but also celebrating the dark side of nature to actually get underneath the skin. So if this is your inner sanctum, if this is Jane's chamber of secrets, what's the favourite thing in here? I mean, what's the
there's something
absolute...
I'm going to get you to hold. Is that OK?
OK, I'm braced.
Right.
Well, I think I can guess what that is. That's a heart. Is it a human heart?
No, that's a pig's heart, but they're very similar to the human heart.
Look, I think the vast majority of people on this planet are all aware of the fact that they've got one of these somewhere about there, but they really don't feel that they want to use it as an interior decoration motif.
what can I say? I've never been a conformist.
No, exactly. Right, well, I'm going to give you back your heart.
Thank you.
I don't want to break it.
I don't you stealing my heart,
I
Lawrence.
know. So many jokes, so little time.
Jane's house has one more floor, and it's her wildest space yet.
I really wasn't expecting nature.
I'm a taxidermist, so animals are my passion. So I had to have a jungle room.
What you've done up here is all well and good. You know, taxidermy could have been displayed in a sort of a more, you know, easygoing, straightforward, slightly more domestic context. Could even have been a little bit Gothic-like downstairs. But what you've done is you've almost created your own Eden, haven't you? You've almost created your own ecosystem.
Yes, I wanted to create a treehouse-like feel that was looking into the forest. I've built the room sort of around it. I wanted to come up here and feel like Jane of the jungle. And I don't follow any trends. I just do what
I'm trying to look like I'm surprised when you say that. But you saying I don't follow trends, I'm trying to... Could this ever be a trend?
Yeah, every loft in Essex would be a jungle.
One of the things that sort of interests me about you is that, you know, there's such an incredible natural acceptance of something most people are quite freaked out about, which is death. It is the big D word.
Yeah.
How can you live surrounded by dead things?
It's all about perspective. I'm an ethical taxidermist. You know, to take the beauty of an animal's life away to turn it into an ornament is fundamentally wrong. But animals do die, the same as people. So I can't see a problem in preserving its skin.
Yeah. You're sort of celebrating the existence,
life
aren't
that
you?
was.
Yeah, exactly.
We're only on this planet for a short period of time, and we shouldn't be constrained by what other people think of you. You should be able to express yourself in whatever way you want to do.
I mean, bearing in mind it's a room full of dead things, it does feel unbelievably hopeful.
And
you know,
calm.
It feels
it's got a nice calming feel.
completely calm, apart from the warthog.
Yeah.
A maison of medieval macabre may not be for the faint-hearted,
But anyone that says that Jane Brown has just built for herself an escape from reality, they are wrong. There is more reality. There is more death. There is more rock and roll inside Jane's home that could last a lifetime.
And now for something altogether very different. This is Emily. She's an influencer who lives in London, and well, she's positively potty about pink.
The front door is pink, the inside of the front door is pink. I think growing up I was quite a tomboy, and I came from a household where it wasn't very girly. I had a brother, and I think for me pink was something that I claimed for myself. A lot of people talk about pink bringing them joy, and quite possibly it's just something about this particular colour. This is a very practical storage cupboard under here. It houses my boys' sweaty sports kits, so that's nice. But then you can kind of paint it pink and add another level, and nobody knows that there's all that mankiness going on. What I wanted to be able to do was look out over the city. The problem is that my husband is rather more of a prude than I am, so when it came to putting the frosting up on the window, we basically had a massive fight about how high the frosting should go. I have started to wear heels in the shower so that I can actually see the skyline. And meet the pink house trapeze. Although you can actually change the colour of the tape, so depending on my mood, it'll be pink or sometimes pink. I think the real question is, why would you not have a trapeze in your front room? We had a structural engineer create a special steel structure that's bolted into the beams up here. So it was done with full professionalism. You don't just put a couple of hooks on your ceiling and then clip it on, because the ceiling could fall down and you could break your neck.
Well, Emily, that's just easy trapeze lemon squeezy brilliance. Bravo, my darling.
Oof.
I knew that the last cocktail was one too many last night. Oh.
Galloping ahead. Marvellous machines.
Every household should have a steampunk toilet.
And an outrageous homeowner who's created her own happy place using a large dollop of Kawaii. My next outrageous home is this 1930s period property in North London. It belongs to this man, who is quite frankly a mechanical magician, although to clarify, I don't think he's actually mechanical.
I taught design and technology for 25 years, and now I spend my time in my workshop designing all sorts of amazing steampunk machines. I've incorporated steampunk into the design of the home because it's everything I love. Complicated mechanical machines, steam power, brass, copper, polished wood, absolutely spot on. This is the Gregorian scribulator that uses a magnetic stylus to write the day to month each morning when it first sees movement. There's not actually any point to steampunk other than the immense joy that it brings me.
My name is Florence. Thank you for your inquiry.
This is my favourite steampunk machine because it achieves the simplest of tasks in the most complicated and involved manner. It uses an automaton's head to tell you whether it is or is not time for tea.
This is the correct juncture for you to partake in a cup of tea.
Right, I better go and make a cup of tea. In 10 years, I do expect my house to be filled with steampunk machines because I just can't stop. I felt that the wall at the top of the stairs was just wasted, and I thought it'd be lovely to have some sort of painting that would give the impression that the stairs continued up to another floor. Every household should have a steampunk toilet. I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to overcomplicate a room. It's got an echo, sound effects, howling wolves, lightning and thunder. And it's also got a stained glass window that represents the digestive system underneath the gargoyle at the back. I got started inventing when I was a child. My parents were very understanding, and all my neighbours used to give us their old, worn-out machinery, such as reel-to-reel tape recorders and old televisions that I would then take to pieces. This is the first machine I made here. It's called the Barometric Prognosticator 3, and what it does is record the pressure, humidity and temperature readings for 24 hours and uses them to display a weather forecast. There's a lot of steampunk design out there which involves sticking gears and stuff onto pieces of wood to look nice, but they don't actually fulfill a function or actually work, whereas I'm very proud that all my machines do that in the most complicated way possible. It's lovely, it's a celebration of technology and inventiveness, just like the Victorians achieved.
I sincerely hope you gain immense pleasure from your brew.
Ah, the Isle of Wight, a jewel sparkling in the English Channel, awash with a rainbow of colours, and the odd ferry. Well, that wasn't me. But it's also the home of an outrageous homeowner. Meet my friend Poppy, queen, goddess, icon. She built her Poppyland with love and strength, and as the happy ever after ending to her own sparkly fairy tale. And this is how it all began. Are you sitting comfortably? Teaching assistant Poppy has spent the last 3 years transforming her terraced home into a pink, pimped-up palace, using several shades of happiness. And it was no simple paint job either. She conquered collapsed ceilings, overcame overgrown gardens, and painstakingly painted almost every inch to create her very own pocket of Poppy perfection. Right, Queen Poppy, please show me around your pastel-painted palace.
Let's go.
So it really is Poppyland. It even says so there.
It is. It's just a name that I've had in my head since I was a teenager, really, and I just thought when I make my dream house, I'm going to call it Poppyland. And it's quite funny, all my friends called it Poppyland as well. It's not just my house, it's going to Poppyland. So.
Yeah. I love things like the way you got the sprinkles on the fireplace.
Oh, I did the sprinkles myself.
I think that was probably quite wise.
I enjoyed it because I think it looks a bit like a donut. So
No, it does.
I just thought it just adds a little something.
I mean, things like this are really great as well, because there's the fact that you've got these sort of quite princessy elements as well, these sort of fairy tale elements.
Yeah, that looks quite special. I like how it looks traditional, but it's got a twist.
And what was the thing that surprised you the most? What was the thing that you thought, it was a bit of a risky one, that one, but ended up being amazing?
Not sure. Maybe having pink carpet with so much pink in this first area, because I thought, is that going to be too much pink? Which I know you wouldn't think I'd ever think that.
No,
but even I did think maybe it's too much. But seeing it all together and with the extra bits and the rugs, I do think it works.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But the pink carpet has become a different pink. You know, you've got this very strong sort of salmon overtone to it. So it's immediately lifting it out of the, the saccharine colours, out of the
so
sort
it's
of
not blending in and...
E numbers.
Yeah.
Poppy has used her rainbow palette in a super clever way, opting for big, bold blocks on each wall, allowing herself the freedom to accessorise each space to the max.
What I absolutely worship about you, Poppy, is your dedication to this, because everything in your world is absolutely part of this look.
Yeah, just everything in my life. Just I want it a certain way, just to make me happy and make life just a bit more fun.
I mean, the thing that I really just cannot escape is just how beautifully done everything is. Because this could be so, so easy to dismiss if it was a bit kind of childlike or if it was a bit naive. But you've really thought about how everything fits together.
The kitchen's actually where I started.
Really?
So, yeah, so this wall was just traditional bricks, just normal. And I thought, what if I did each brick in a rainbow colour? So I've individually painted each brick.
In terms of inspiration, where does all that inspiration come from?
So all different places. So obviously rainbows are quite a big thing. I like dessert shops, sweet shops, ice creamy things. I know it's a bit silly, but I thought, why not?
Silly always feels silly when it's in the wrong context.
Yeah.
And actually, I think the thing that you know now, and the thing that surrounds us, is that actually ordinary doesn't work. You put an ordinary thing in, and that looks silly.
Then it stands out.
But of course, the funny thing is that actually a lot of this kind of poppy-style stuff is actually quite au courant, as they say. That actually, there are loads of people out there, you included, who would do anything for a flamingo in the corner of the living room. Do you feel quite proud of yourself,
I do. Believe it or not, I'm quite a shy person, but it's how I express myself to the world to show who I am. But I understand that I do look different, so people will, look, and it is something different, isn't it? So I don't mind. People can take me how they want, but as long as you're a nice person.
This immersive experience, curated by the wonders of Poppy, is an explosion of popping candy colours and outre objets d'art.
Wow, look at the heel on that.
These
are lovely as objects.
But I actually wear them as well, so...
Well, you would, of course you would.
All of which shows a magnificent celebration of individuality and an overall feeling of HAPPY.
One thing I really noticed as well is that there's a lot of faces in your world, isn't there, in Poppyland?
You can pop a smiley face on anything.
You kind of can, can't you? Cartoons are, I think for a lot of people, they're kind of a gateway into this world, aren't they?
Definitely.
Cartoons are deliberately conceived to give you happiness, make you feel, comfortable, joyful.
Yeah, it's escapism from the real world.
Because, I mean, the thing is that, the story, your story, is not without its sad patches at all.
This was my parents' house. Sadly, my mum and my dad passed away in this house. Where we're sitting now, there was a hospital bed for my dad, who was quite poorly. So it's quite bad vibes and not a nice place to be. My main advice from people was to just sell it up, fresh start's kind of the normal thing you'd do. But I was really keen to keep that connection and to turn something so negative and such a life-changing thing into something really positive. a little happy paradise.
I mean, I think it's such an extraordinary story because rather than running away from reality, I think what you've done is absolutely confront the reality of everything that happened in this house.
Absolutely, and part of it was quite helpful in the grieving process because I could see these differences that I was making and turning it into something nice and something they'd be proud of.
Let's be clear, you know, the poppy look, the poppy the poppy incarnation, that was something that had been going on for a lot longer than this.
Yeah.
So it's not as if you suddenly, you know, ran away and came back as Poppy.
Yeah, no, I've always been like this. It's just this is the first opportunity I've had to really express myself fully with the whole house, blank canvas, and just make something my own.
I'm intrigued to know what's inside this poppy.
Well, it's something that I've wanted for quite a few years. It's not the typical thing you would have in a house, but it is very poppy.
And as you young, savvy interneters apparently say, let's unbox. Cue bubble machine, please, and come back for a little surprise of loveliness. Ah, you're back. Let me just rebutton. Now, you rejoin me in the Isle of Wight, where teaching assistant Poppy has created her very own perfect Poppyland.
Believe it or not, I'm quite a shy person, but it's how I express myself.
Since inheriting her home, Poppy has transformed it into her very own sunshine space. But there's one final piece that she's had her eye on, and it will complete her pink paradise.
So exciting.
Oh my goodness!
Look at that!
Oh, I love it! It's gonna go in the kitchen, I think. I think it'll look really good, and it's so tall as well.
Poppy's giant ice cream is just one of her many finds that she's sourced online. From ice cream lights to rainbow-coloured chandeliers and a lot of pink flamingos, Poppy has placed her fun pieces around her to create her own happy haven. And you can't help but be happy when you walk around Poppyland.
It really is 360 degrees sort of wrap around with you, isn't it? I mean, everything is part of what you are.
Yeah, I like everything to be decorated and cute.
You're not holding back on this at all, are you?
No.
I can't help feeling like an unwelcome visitor from a land of shadow, rain and pain in here. I mean, everything is so lovely and light and bright.
You are the darkest dressed.
The darkest
Yes.
thing you've ever had in your house. Is there a name for this style?
Kawaii.
Right.
So it's a Japanese kind of fashion, but it's my own take on it.
So, kawaii means all things cute in Japanese. It's a style that's based around simple graphics and pastel colours, with the most popular being Poppy's favourite, pink.
In a funny sort of way, it feels a bit kind of collectible.
Yeah, I like to have it all out on display because it is like a collection. It's not just my clothes that I wear.
If you've got nice stuff, it's lovely to be surrounded by it.
Yeah, I just really enjoy even coming in here and just looking around at everything.
Yeah.
It just makes me happy.
Even I'm beginning to smile, look. Look. Look at over here as well. We are literally dealing with a practical rainbow of fashion opportunities here, aren't we?
We are, yeah. I try to organise all the flamingo hangers in a rainbow starting with pink, going down.
So let's hike out one of your most favourite things to wear.
Oh, this is really nice.
That is lovely.
This is something that I would wear on a normal day to the supermarket.
I think all the flowers will turn to watch you as you walk down the road. One of the constants in your home is blue skies. Every room has got a blue sky.
It has. I thought if you look up and it's like a little cartoon cloudy sky, it would fit because it's above you. Makes me smile.
This rainbow ice cream house of loveliness is all about Poppy's identity. She has created a place for her that is so her. Poppy, I salute you.
Has anyone suggested that you might become the next Prime Minister? Because I think that might be a really good idea.
I've never been told that, but I might.
And I love the fact that the first thing you do would take the black front door of number 10 and paint it
Pink.
pink.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Onwards, and I've been sent to Coventry, not for the first time. Anyway, I'm not on a horse and I'm not naked.
We are going to be meeting an outrageous homeowner who uses a lot of inner creativity and messy playtime to make it thrifty and nifty.
Meet Sonia, a crafty queen and complimentary Reiki therapist who knows there's more you can do with a bowl than just eat cereal out of it.
Oh, yeah, great. That's my chakras realigned. Right, Sonia, show me around your Maximatorium. Come on, this way.
Sonia has lived in this small but perfectly formed 1930s terrace for 13 years, with a partner, 2 teenage sons, and black cats, Padme and Thor. During lockdown, her craftiness went into overdrive, transforming her hallway into an art gallery. Her tired bedroom into boutique chic, and adding sparkle to the kitchen. Loving the gold leaf, Sonia. And the living room has gone from bland and boring to small, dark and handsome. Love it. But what's even more fabulous is that this entire revamp only cost 1,000 of your Earth pounds.
That, I think, is genius. I've not seen anything like that ever in my life.
I picked those up from the internet and basically they were full heads when I picked them up. Decided to turn them into planters. I thought they'd look quite cool. If something makes me smile, then I'll have it and I'll put it to where it needs to be.
And if it's not doing a good enough job, you'll pimp it.
Yeah. Or
like your lampshade. Because you did that, didn't you?
I did, yeah. So I stripped it all, got some fabric I liked and hand-stitched it. You can save so much money by doing things like that. That shade was, I think it was £3.
Sonia's low-cost revamping knows no bounds. A mirror made out of kebab sticks, 24 quid. A mannequin light installation, 14 quid. A bog-standard wardrobe now embossed armoire, 70 quid. Everywhere you look in her home, there's a thrifty, upcycled bargain.
I'd love to know from you, Sonia, what your favourite colour is.
Black.
Do you ever get accused of living in an undertaker's parlour, or perhaps worse, a tart's boudoir?
Yes,
Yeah.
actually. We were told that this house looks like an upmarket brothel.
What I like is the fact that it also includes the term upmarket, which is good.
Got to be upmarket.
You've got to be upmarket.
Yeah, yeah.
But actually, black is the ultimate neutral. And what you've done with your relatively small space is you've basically done a little black dress on it. So all of this black is doing an incredibly good job at showing off the splendours. And then this fella here, I think is great. Look at that.
This was actually just a standard textured paper. It was all black, and then I've hand-painted the texture.
The lovely thing that really works about that is the fact that the gold is not consistent, so you can tell that it's not printed. So it's instantly got that really sensational feeling of age and degradation.
We like a bit of age and degradation.
What do you call this look, Sonia?
I wouldn't know.
To me, it sort of fits under a maximalist umbrella.
So, maximalism. Well, it's a celebration of excess. It's joyous, it's pattern play, it's vibrant colours. So go on, display your curiosities. More is more. Sonia's abode may be dark and mysterious, but it has novelties and delights in abundance and a real sense of playfulness. The idea is that anything, given the right setting, could become the perfect accessory. See what I mean?
Can't you leave anything alone?
No.
But actually, the fact that you do keep fiddling means there's not a single thing in here that's beige.
Yeah. I've always been drawn to strong images. It doesn't have to be pretty or beautiful. It just has to be something that makes you think.
Storytelling.
Yeah. Everything has a story.
And I mean, you're reflecting this. I mean, I'm just looking around. You've got all sorts of things. We've got Hindu symbology over there, a little bit of Ganesha, bells. And your parents came from India.
Yeah.
You know, there's nowhere more maximalist than India.
No.
You know, everywhere is decoration and drama, and, you know, everything tells a story. You know, even the edging on a sari is actually a fable.
Although I haven't experienced life in India, I am British, but there's that part of me that will always, you know, I have that in my heritage. It was the food I ate, the events we visited when I was younger. It's a way of thinking, it's a way of being. And I think it's quite important that you don't forget.
No.
Because ultimately, I am who I am today from my past experiences.
Sonia's flair for design means her story is beautifully told in every room. Each object has earned its place, but actually, you know, not all of them needed a revamp.
So the sewing machine actually belonged to my mother. I think she said it was one of the first things she got when she moved to this country in the 60s. And she used to use that to sew, and I just loved it. And so it's nice to have that bit of history. To me, it kind of signifies everything that she went through when she moved here, the things they had to do, and to where she is today, and ultimately, the person I am today.
This home is one big, maxed-out Maximalist celebration of everything Sonia loves. Don't store it, adore it, whether it's painted and pimped or cherished and loved. Ultimately,
This is Sonia World, and in Sonia World, homemaking is all about heart, soul, and skulls.
see you next time when we're going to meet these marvellous mavericks.
Is that just blood? You just mopped it up badly?